The first 7 reports of Charlie from Flowers for Algernon.
Report 1. Charlie was asked to write down records of thoughts and memories alongside other things. This will then be used to evaluate if he is suitable as a candidate for Dr. Strauss and Professor Nemmer's experimental project. Miss Kenyon had told Charlie that they could increase his intel level. Charlie was pleased and only warned them of his writing and spelling. Report 2. Charlie felt afraid that he failed a test and wouldn't be chosen for the project. Detailed that he felt rose shock as Bert entered the room wearing a white coat and asked for him to calm down. It recalled past painful memories during his time at school as he spilled ink when he failed a test. It was Rorschach's test. His reply was spilled ink despite his best effort. Report 3. They reassured him they might still use him despite the previous test. Miss Keenan had told Doctor that he was her best student and that he truly wished to be smarter and was determined to be so, as well as how his mother wished for him to learn which he does his best despite the problem with his retaining memory. They then told him how they would need permission from his guardian as it had never been done on human before. He wishes not to write more report as it keeps him up at night and will result in mistakes made in the bakery. Being yelled at by Gimpy, but he does speculate how he will react once he becomes smarter. Report 4. He doesn't want to comply with the request of the nurse as he will be lying and punished for when he was a kid, making up a story of people in pictures. She grew mad when he didn't understand the purpose of it. He laughs at how it can tell her about his personality. Bert took him to do some mazes and puzzles, but he didn't understand them. Later took out Algernon and was time to solve the maze, and for each wrong turn Charlie will be zapped. He was bested 10 times against Algernon. Report 5. Norma. His sister allowed the operation, but a dispute between doctor who thinks Charlie is the best candidate for his motivation, a trait shared with Algernon, which is unusual for someone with a low IQ, and the professor says that a sudden increase in IQ will harm him. Bert side with Dr. Miss Kenyon's recommendation. Nemmer eventually agrees but warns him that it could be temporary, no effect, or worsen him. He claims to have no fear with his lucky rabbit feet and has never broken a mirror. Nemmer replies that Charlie could be making history in science regardless of the outcome. Report 6. Charlie awaits his surgery with his lucky item. He notes that he will bring 2 with him when visitor comes by. The doctor criticized him for being superstitious. Bert and Joe Carp from the bakery brought flowers and cake from his well-wishers. They all thought he was ill, asked to be done by Professor Nemmer. He imagined himself beating Algernon, learn to read, write, have the same level of intelligence as other people, etc. If successful, it could help others and give Charlie fame, but he doesn't wish for that. All he wants is to be like other people. Report 7. 3 days after surgery, his head and eyes are in bandages since then. He recalls how frightened he was when entering the room and how doctor told him that he would sleep before the surgery started. Charlie didn't understand and hoped to after he woke up. During this time, Hilda, a nurse, was writing the report. She corrected the spelling and warned her about the religious implication of the surgery and how it's against God's will. She was then later changed by the cause of her interference by a new nurse named Lucille, who became embarrassed when asked how babies are made. Ellis Kenyon visits and says it will take time and effort. He thought it will work quickly and easily by doing surgery. She tells him to have faith, was confident he will put effort. He tells her a few things he will do when it makes him smart, such as having discussion with co-worker visiting family.